Hey, you guys, welcome back to Yes Support Podcast. Okay, so this might be quick, but it might not be as quick as the other ones are normally. So, I read last week Galatians 5:22 and 23. I wanted to reread about the fruit of the Spirit, and I wanted to kind of read it as a Shelby, do you possess these fruit in your life? And I think I possess some of them, but I think I can work on a lot of them. And even the ones that I think I have, I need to still work on. So, I'm going to read you the scripture and then I am going to tell you what stood out to me. So, again, I'm reading out the Amplified version of the Bible, and it's Galatians 5:22 through 23. And it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit, the result of his presence within us, is love, unselfish concern for others, joy, inner peace, patience, not the ability to wait, but how we act while waiting, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things, there is no law." Okay, so in reading this, I already knew that gentleness and self-control was something that I really needed to work on. But I thought, I'm not going to say that I had perfected patience, but I thought because I was waiting patiently that I had patience. But when I read it and it said not the ability to wait, but how we act while waiting, that is where I realized that the work needed to be done. Because how I act while waiting is I ask the Lord for something 72 hours, Jesus. That's the best I can do before I get a little frustrated, a little weary. And then I go try to do it on my own. And then eventually, in trying to do it on my own, I realized that I exerted too much energy. It didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. What I was asking for is probably something I didn't want. Like, I realized that I went about it the wrong way. So I go back to like, okay, Lord, I'm waiting. Okay, Lord, I'm waiting. So I then was like, okay, Jesus, what is the posture? Like, how am I supposed to wait? Like, not being funny, but at what point can I be like, okay, this is ghetto and I'm tired? Like, at what point, when I do grow weary, how do I move from that point? Like, how do I keep going? How do I keep the faith? How do I keep the patience? And honestly, the answer was the rest of the spirits. The answer was joy. The answer was inner peace. The answer was kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When I'm noticing that when I'm working in one area, that these other fruit compensate or step in to kind of make the waiting period or the period where you're working on your self-control and you're telling yourself no, it kind of makes that area a little bit more tolerable. Because if I'm working on my patience, let's say, and I'm just, Lord, I'm tired. I'm trying, I'm waiting. I know I can't do this in my own ability. I need you to step in. And in that time I'm waiting, but I'm not kind to others. You know, I don't have joy, nor do I have that inner peace, like that peace that when everything around me seems to be just falling apart, I don't have that internal peace like, okay, he hasn't failed me yet, so I know that he will come through. I don't even have that type of peace. Then yes, it makes the patience and the self-control intolerable. It makes it just so, I'm just gonna go do it on my own. So in saying all that, I would suggest that we go and reread these fruit of the Spirit often to see in what areas of our lives do we need to work and where do we need to work, and do we have the other fruits to help us compensate for where we're currently, I don't like to use the word lack, but not at 100%. We're kind of operating at a 30-40% on this. So do we have the other fruits of the Spirit that helps us kind of compensate or helps us make that process more tolerable? But yeah, that was really all I wanted to say. Again, this is my journey. So if you with me and you understand, just let me know, because me and Patience, apparently we got some work to do, because I really thought just me sitting here waiting on the Lord, you know, still trying, but like, okay, come through. I thought 72 hours was a good waiting period, but apparently it's not. So yeah, you guys let me know. And also, like I said, if you feel like there are some of the fruits that you're lacking, or not lacking, but not operating at full capacity, analyze if you have the other fruits. But yeah, that's it. You guys have a great day.